Here with UW-La Crosse baseball as they win the Super Regional here at Copeland Park with a 16-10 victory over Stevens Point in the second game of the game today. First, Coach Schwartz, let's talk about that first game. You never know what you see in baseball, right? Down 19-2, you come back, you take the lead. They scored 5. Let's talk about that game. 24-20, 41 hits, 44 runs in that game.
I don't think that I've seen a day of baseball like this ever in my lifetime, and especially in my days of coaching. That first game, I think everybody was kind of thinking the same thing, like, okay, let's collect outs, and obviously we're going to keep fighting, and we're going to keep fighting, but I've never seen a comeback like that, to come back and score whatever it turned out to be, to come back and take the lead, and obviously we're back and forth, and there's emotions like you wouldn't believe all over the place. The resilience and the toughness of our players to find our way back into that game was just amazing.
George Seaman, 4 home runs in the day. Talk about the dugout after that first game and just coming into the second game, just the attitude of the team coming into the second game.
Well, it was electric. After a few home runs hit by everybody, the dugouts just get roared up, and I feel like the dugouts after the first game, after a few home runs in the second game, the dugout just got louder.
Jordan Williams on the day came back that second game. You went at 7 runs in that first inning. Just kind of set the standard right away. Talked about that first inning of the second game.
Yeah, after the first game, we lost, whatever. Moved on, we're good. Just resilient, like Coach said. So, came out, we're going to win.
Coach, you got some solid pitching there in the second game as well. You held them down. They had some chances in the game, but you held on for there. Like I said, the 7-run first inning, of course, really got you guys going.
Yeah, the toughness out of our pitching staff today. Obviously, Owen Anderson to start that game. He's been battling some injuries, and to give us what he did today to set the tone on the pitching and the defensive side of things was great. But to put up 7 right away is it's just a moment to say, you know what, we're here and we're not going away, and we're finding a way to win this baseball game. And I think Tyler Schmidt's outing to back it up after really just not getting it done in the first game as a starter, to come back and give us what he gave us was out of a true freshman. That's pretty tough.
George, 36-11 now on the season. The team is. Let's talk about the team in general, where you started in spring training down in March in Florida, and where you're at today.
Well, I think now our hitting is coming together. Same with our pitching. All through the lineup. Everyone's hitting, everyone's barreling balls, and now our pitchers. We had a tough one the first game, but now we're back on it.
Jordan, your feelings going to the World Series next weekend?
I have no words. What do you say about this day?
These guys have earned this. From the start to the finish. And somebody said it in the dugout yesterday, I think. Who'd have thought we'd be sitting here playing for a chance to go to the World Series after losing the first game of the year, and just finding a way to win baseball games. And that's probably the coolest part of this team, is they've found a million ways to win baseball games. It feels like coming back and getting out to a lead, pitching, defense, offense. Every day has been a little bit different, but find a way to win.
And a couple times to Appleton for the World Series. This team a little different. Over 70 home runs now, a school record. Let's talk about comparing his team to the 15 and the 16 team.
Goodness, that's a tough one. That 16 team was loaded up and down with seniors, and a ton of experience, having been at the World Series in 15. The 15 team, had a bunch of grinders on it. They were all juniors for the most part, and now, getting to the spot here where, Jordan's a senior. There's a bunch of other guys that are sophomores. We only got a couple of upperclassmen. So, to break through and to get there with a really, really young team is pretty special and amazing. But the offense here is a little bit different than it was built in. I think in 15-16, the game is a little bit different. As we go through the years. But these guys can put the ball over the fence and put the ball in a gap. And, I'm not willing to bet against them.
Thanks, guys. Good luck next week.
And my question's for you guys. Yeah. So, Coach, you mentioned the